Tojo was just the emperor.
They always have good uniforms, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Japan. Japan's cool.
And and Hugo Boss was the designer of the SS uniforms, right?
Why do you think they look?
I don't
Why do you
fucking
think
know.
Lemmy wanted to steal all their shit?
If the Israelis had the best uniform, I'd wear that, but they fucking didn't.
Dress sense aside. Well,
This is
No.
the second podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
Screaming for vengeance!
I'm your host, Gabe Slaughter. Here, we just finished recording. Who am I here with? I'm with
Nicholas Antichrist.
and
The Natrix.
the Natrix.
And we just wrapped up the next episode of Black Flame Radio.
And we were
your fucking eyes open.
Yeah, we were a little drunk now, and this is where we fall off the wagon and then off a cliff.
Oh yeah,
We're falling hard, bitches.
If you didn't listen to
We're burning and we're taking your churches with us.
that should be a goat title for sure.
Black Flame Radio, we're burning, we're taking your churches with us.
So if anyone didn't catch last week's episode of the Streaming for Vengeance podcast,
Then you're an idiot.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, go listen to it. I picked up my nickname, the Natrix, from that fucking episode.
Yeah, so go listen to it, you dumb fucks. And what we basically do here is we take about an hour, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, and we talk about things that may or may not be happening in the heavy metal world.
Yes.
Could be real news, could be fake news. Fake news.
Yeah. We forgot to mention our fourth member, by the way.
Oh yes.
You might have heard giggling just now.
We are here joined by our lovely friend Maddie.
And
fucking around with
Samuel from Gamora is...
Oh wow! Hey,
Hey!
Sam, we just got the podcast recording.
Wow,
Say something into the mic.
It's fucking crowded tonight.
Hello, mateys. This
Alright.
is Sam
That's Sam
from Gamora.
from Gamora. That's my band.
Yeah.
And so we have a wide range of topics to bitch about tonight.
I mean,
All right.
Starting with
Including dicks.
including dicks.
Yes, we could bitch about each other.
Yeah, this is a sausage fest in here.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Maddie. We all smell bad and
Yes. And even she has a sausage.
gross. Maddie's got bigger balls than all of us.
Mhm.
So-
Probably.
old logo.
Oh God, what are you
Yeah.
talking? Let's
Whatever,
get
stop
back on
fucking
track.
around.
Fuck off,
Hey,
right?
watch the
Radio
big-
show.
Sam, watch the bigger, blacker box. You don't want that going up your ass.
So I think our first topic that I wanted to discuss is that new Danzig record.
So we discussed this a bit on the first one.
Yeah, we brought this up last week.
We finally got a title for it, and it is Gabe Slaughter.
Wait, shit. Does none of us have the details fucking loaded?
I didn't look up the title. I thought you had it.
What kind of shit?
Black something
fucking
something.
radio show is this?
This is not a radio show. It's a podcast. First of all,
What
And
kind of
it's
shitty
drunken.
fucking podcast is this?
I don't
then?
know. It's one that I created, so it's obviously pretty bad.
Well, that'd be the point, mate.
No, but yes, now I do.
Hey, we got some interference. This studio is not sterile.
Not sterile.
No, we're not
Anyways.
we're not gonna hit you with it in any.
We don't
bleach or,
even
like,
got
some
any
concrete shit.
soundproofing in here.
After the last Danzig record, that was a cover album, and he did that Black Sabbath cover of NIB that sounds
That
like
was pretty bad.
literal shit. Like, just the whole production on that record made me want to die. And he, like, as a professional alcoholic, Danzig sounded fucking drunk that whole record. Oh yeah! Some people say my love cannot be true. It was so bad, like
Oh yeah, Black Laden Crown.
Black
would be
Laden
the title
Crown.
of the
Black-
new Danzig original album.
his last original album was pretty good,
yeah,
but
it's
I'm
really fucking tight.
Now
Death
I'm like-
Red Sabbath, whatever the fuck.
I'm just skeptical because his last one was so, just
It
genuinely
was
terrible.
covers, though.
Yeah, well, it's just
I'm not.
covers.
I'm not a fan of cover records.
Yeah.
Like I
We
don't-
already bitched about 6 Feet Under last time.
Oh God, yeah.
Not enough, Jesus.
But I can't really think of a cover. I can't really think of a cover record that was awesome. You know. Like,
How about Cover Kill?
Graveyard Classics 2.
yeah, just no.
Back in Black. Oh, you suck.
Back in Black in full. Never do that.
But seriously, though, Cover Kill has some pretty good. They did a cover of Space Truckers by Deep Purple.
Overkill has some good covers. I just don't like. There's never enough consistent covers that you can make an entire record out of it.
Maybe
for me.
Yeah.
Like when they covered the Canadian Subhumans, it did "Fuck You."
God, yeah.
That was one of the best covers.
What you say? Fuck you!
It was so good, and
Clip the shit out of that. Look at that shit. Yeah. And it's just like, we don't care what you say! Fuck you!
Yes.
And stop being such a pussy!
As long as we're talking about Overkill, me and the Natrix were at
We were
the
there.
Overkill show in Denver.
Yeah.
I was not. I felt like shit.
Speaking of covers, they broke out Emerald, which they recorded on the new album, the Thin Lizzy cover.
It's so hard for a heavy metal band to record a Thin Lizzy cover and make it good.
And
I don't know.
they
There's an entire album of
slaughtered
that.
it
Right on. Like, cause I remember, like,
In a good way or a bad way, would you say?
in a good way.
when I heard that fucking, what was it? Megadeth did
Oh God, no!
did Cold Sweat on the. Jesus
Read
Christ.
it, read it.
Our Cards Against Humanity card was, when I was tripping on acid, cheating in the Special Olympics, I turned into being sexually attracted to children.
What?
I would like to plug my new band with one Jonah Feces. We are a two-man grind band called Child Abuse, and we will be playing here in Denver in May, and we will be doing a split with Cambodian Death Squad. So be on the lookout for that,
Nice.
grind freaks.
Yeah, I mean, there's two-man grind bands. I mean, I love me some Chemically Crippled. I'm actually, like, been...
Oh yeah, I just love improvisational like grind. And what was that shit that we just read about fucking Wormrot? Speaking of grind, about not wanting to tour.
I'm
I was
not
literally
sure what
just
the
listening to
details
them.
are. We might have to fucking look at the article.
Apparently,
What lines?
they don't want to do it because of the present political climate.
I
Make
mean,
of that what you
But,
will.
from the impression I got, somebody was too lazy to get them some fucking work visas.
Yeah, well,
And
they're
so
the
immigration
Wormrot
shit-
label really doesn't like to. I don't remember what label are Wormrot on. They're like notorious for
Napalm?
being shitty.
I'd guess Napalm Records, probably. I don't know.
I just remember that someone screwed Wormrot over really hard, and wow.
Well, it's kind of like how the U.S. government screwed over Discharge.
Well, like think
I
about
got kicked out of seeing Discharge and Toxic Holocaust in Seattle, and Studio 7 wouldn't give me a refund. Total tangent. Studio 7,
No.
if you can hear me in this podcast, fuck you. You're a bunch of cunts, and you need to die, and someone needs to take over your fucking business. And if you're in the depths of the sunset and you're hearing this, Michael, you know what the fuck I'm talking about!
all right. Nate with the brick wafer.
Fuck!
Jesus.
So I didn't think it was possible, but I think this podcast might have more alcohol in it than the last one.
We got to work on that,
Well,
Mike.
I'm feeling a little bit looser because I already played it straight during the fucking
Oh
radio
yeah,
show.
it's never. We shouldn't have done a back-to-back podcast.
This is your fault, Slaughter.
Oh
but-
well, let's keep
Blame
going.
Gabe
Fuck
Slaughter.
it, we're
Yeah.
doing it right now.
Wait, so let's talk about that new the debut album for the guys in At the
yeah.
Gates from God Macabre. This is your really area,
Alright.
Antichrist. Talk about it. Go for
All
it.
right, bye guys, have
Bye,
fun.
Goob.
Oh, toodles.
Bye, guys.
All right, see you guys later.
Food.
All right,
Now,
bye. Don't be a part of the podcast, narcs. So
what a bunch of poser faggots! No.
you can't say the F word on the radio.
Fuck, shit, cunt,
Not fuck.
cocksucker, mother.
Shit, piss, fuck,
fucker,
cunt,
and
cocksucker, motherfucker,
Fucker and
tits.
Yes.
And also, let's add faggot, queer, and retard in for good measure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not disparaging the differently abled Morty. I'm just saying if I had actually used this, I would have become mentally retarded.
I don't think it's about that logic.
I
Rick.
don't think it's about that, Rick. I think it's just
God.
like, you know, a precedent now. People just don't want you to say it. Well, that's retarded.
Anyway.
Let's move. We need to move this show along.
Anyway.
Yes.
We're finally starting to get some more detail shifting from the Lurking Fear.
That's
The
what,
new
is that what it's called?
Swedish death metal group, super group
Super group.
featuring Jonas Stahlhammer from God Macabre and formerly the vocals for The Crown. And we got Tampa and what's his nuts, the drummer from At the Gates.
What's his nuts? So this is a super group of bands that really don't play Swedish death metal, but they're coming together.
Well, some of them used to. We're talking God Macabre and Old At the Gates here, mate.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I'm every time you say At the Gates, I'm super biased because of modern At the Gates.
We just played Old At the Gates,
And it was awesome. I'm not
station.
saying it wasn't awesome. I'm just saying you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a poser.
Gabe Slider 2017.
I mean, like look at Varg.
Well, he's been dead a long time.
You either die a Nazi or live long enough to become Thulian Perspective.
Or an ambient band.
But would you also say that with
Hello,
Gall
Dan.
with whatever side project?
There was something, man.
Oh, where he's making like fucking like folk music.
He's been doing like ambient shit, and his whole thing now is he doesn't even make music. He just does like
Advertisement through allegation.
he does like a vlog now.
Let me go get another chair. I'll be right back.
Okay. So it's just Gabe Slaughter. So I want to talk about a Thulian perspective.
Hey, we didn't quite finish up. So let's talk about Varg and Vamp on this shit.
I
man.
was about to talk about Thulian perspective, but
Sorry.
both of you left.
Yeah, I forgot the background tunes, mate.
Oh god.
Some troubles are brewing.
He's just banging around on
We
shit.
got some vermin in the kitchen.
Fuck you, cardboard boxes! Get out of my way!
I'm glad that picked that up. But like Thulian perspective, let's talk about that. Varg
Oh, God.
Veganus' YouTube channel.
We are big fans.
And by big fans, we mean it's so funny the shit that he talks about.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we got another chair in here.
Yeah, I think I could just put it under the bed.
What was the last one that he put out?
Well, let's check on that. Let's find out.
My favorite Thulian perspective when he thought
Alright.
he was empowering women by saying they should stay at home and be domesticated. He's like, feminists are using their strong will to teach you to be unwomanly, and that is sexist. And I'm like, you're a fucking moron. Like, are you fucking serious?
If I might say anything, it's just like, yes, I'm all for feminism for when it's empowering women. To basically just do whatever the fuck you want and don't let anyone get you down.
Right, and Varg
But-
was doing that in a shitty way.
In a shitty way. Where I get injections just like, oh, men are evil and you should just like cut their balls off and shit.
It's like I said last week about Antifa. You know, every idea is awesome until people get a fucking hold of it, and then it just goes down the shitter because people are fucking crazy.
Yes, they are. Eh.
Never trust a person. Bottom line. Gabe Slaughter, 2017, once again.
Never trust a person. Huh?
Okay, so how did we get from At the Gates to this?
We haven't. He's just on a tangent, right? That's what we do.
Well, no, because I said without the gates, you either, you know,
Oh, right.
they started to suck, Varg started to suck. Let's talk about Varg. I don't want to give.
Okay.
I really don't want to give Varg the time of day.
Who
though.
else is kind of like who died?
But anyway,
Let's go to the
got
flip
some
side.
fucking details on that Lurking Fear album.
Oh yeah, Lurking Fear. Let's.
The Lurking Fear.
Get back
Let's
on
not
track.
make that a mistake because there is also a Lurking Fear, and I guess somebody didn't do their fucking research. Again, people fucking stealing names and not looking on the fucking Metal Archives, right?
Right.
Fuck off. But anyway, it sounded like it's supposed to be some gore-obsessed, horror-influenced fucking death metal.
Right on. I just hope it's better than like grotesque shit where it's just a death ripoff.
Or
Or
being gruesome.
Oh, gruesome. Yeah, not grotesque. Fuck. Or what was what's that fucking band? It's not Entombed. Or is it Embers or Entrails? I think it's Embers. They are literally a early Entombed ripoff band.
Wow.
The first Embers record, they use the same Entombed font. The cover is that like blue weird like demonscape of things, and even the riffs, they're like the Murker of Entombed, where they're just ripping off this fucking like prolific death metal album.
Just from what you've told me, it sounds like they just took a screenshot from Fantasia's Night on Bald Mountain segment.
Yeah, pretty much. It's nothing like it's
Yeah. Okay, speaking of that, quick tangent. Glorification of the Dark God or the Black God by Marduk is pretty much Night on Bald Mountain black metal version. Tangent end tangent.
right on.
Jesus.
By the way, what are we playing in the background?
Yeah, we got some background music going on right
Y'all
now.
don't recognize this?
I'm talking. I can't hear the music in there.
Just tell us.
Yeah, just tell us. Tell the audience.
Tell the audience, what are we listening
Well,
to?
if you can hear the background music on this episode, we're listening to The Fragile Art of Existence.
Okay, right on.
The only release from
Control
Chuck's second band, Control Denied.
Basically,
Control Denied, that is a crust punk song, I believe. I don't know, that might just be coincidence, and I don't know if Chuck actually listened to crust punk. I just know that I think it's off a Napalm Death record, I think. Control Denied, or something like that.
I definitely think that might be.
Off of Scum or something, I think that was a song.
Yeah. Okay, so
Next up,
ending tangents, and on to our next thing.
so Scorpions, touring
With Megadeth.
with Megadeth. What kind of a bill is that? That's so weird. Like, I don't mind it.
I mean, I like Scorpions, especially since they got Mickey D. I mean,
Oh, fucking.
and then I like Megadeth. Putting aside all of the crazy shit, Dave says that because he's been hanging
And
out
all
with Ted
the
Nugent too
great
fucking long.
songs that he
Right.
won't fucking play because of the same shit.
He's a Christian now. He wants to play the Omen. Or I ain't
Or the
superstitious.
Conjuring.
Or the Conjuring. Both aside
Or
from
fucking Holy Wars, right? That too.
no, I saw him play Holy Wars when I saw him.
Well,
But
shit.
at this point, but now he's singing it from the
Yeah.
perspective of the Christian warrior against the jihadist, whatever fucking.
It was really funny because he actually wrote the line, "Fools like me across the sea have come to foreign lands" when he played in Ireland and
killing
basically
for
set a light off.
religion, something I don't understand.
And yet he's like super fucking religious asshole.
But hey, I don't judge him for that. I judge him by the guitar riffs he puts down in. I still like. I mean, Dystopia was. I mean, you got a Grammy, so congratulations, guys.
Oh, can we talk about that for when
Oh, God.
Megadeth went up on stage to accept that
They
Grammy?
got the bad Master of Puppets.
The house orchestra or whatever music they were playing, they actually went into a bad cover of Master of Puppets when Megadeth was walking on
So
stage.
bad.
Wow.
There's an amazing video of James Hetfield. He literally has his phone out and he's in the crowd. And he's filming this, and he's just laughing his ass off. And I'm
Something
like, oh
tells
my
me that
God.
he probably had that plan. I mean, granted, I don't watch the Grammys because really,
Oh, God,
I don't
no.
give a fuck
God,
about it.
no.
It's a fucking popularity you know, like the high school yearbook, best whatever, and it was a popularity
Oh, yeah.
contest, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, like, I just couldn't give a fuck about it.
So
I wish my high school knew of my alcoholism because I would have got best alcoholic in the class.
Was that
No
even a
question.
category?
It should have been. Take off that battery pin. That's mine.
Yeah, it's like fucking. Last time I saw the Grammys, I was getting hammered and tired, and I was just fucking screaming at Taylor Swift in my person.
Taylor Swift for fascist Europe. Heil
Seagull.
Heil mein Führer. Well, my thing about the Grammys is that I appreciate, like, I really do appreciate the fact that they acknowledge heavy metal as a genre. I just wish they had one guy who actually gave a fuck about heavy metal.
Right.
Like, because if there was an album that I would say from 2016 should win a Grammy, it wouldn't have been Megadeth or Metallica or whatever. Blue. I would have put like Summerland's Eternal Champion,
Blood
Blood Incantation. That would probably be my pick, honestly. Because that album like kind of reinvigorated this whole death metal thing going on right now, and I'm biased because I worked with Paul
Yeah,
for like the longest time.
Jesus Christ. I need to listen to that shit.
It's so good, man.
Since we like dedicated an entire bit of it on the last show.
Right?
Which one? Blood Incantation?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Incantation, period, and then Blood Incantation as a bonus.
Oh.
Yeah, we did go into
It's
that.
kind of like like one of my
wait.
favorite songs. It's called "Kyle from Incantation Has a Mustache," where it
what?
has Kyle guesting saying, "Yes, I do have a mustache." It's an ale cunt song, of course.
Oh, what the fuck? Where'd my note go? Oh, my... I don't know what we're going to talk about next.
Well, we were gonna go into some point about the debut albums.
Alright, so, or, I mean, we could talk about...
I feel like there was another thing after that, and Melissa.
we could talk about 6 strings versus
God damn it.
7,
Oh, this
7 and 8 strings.
There we go.
Oh, right.
It's
There's-
in recently deleted.
Oh, what the fuck?
There's
I didn't
a
even...
correct answer.
And then this
the
is
wrong
where
answer.
we're going to fucking.
We're going to piss a lot of people off right now.
Well,
If
we're gonna have
anybody
we're gonna
who
discuss.
listens.
Yeah.
So, listen. because we'll be your daily dose of asshole. We'll piss you off and you can quit paying attention.
Well,
to
he'll
fake-
piss you off because
fake
I have
tabloid fucking
I have a
music media.
dissenting opinion.
I'm too drunk. Nick is an asshole, and Nate is our voice of reason.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
off.
The
This-
autistic being the voice of reason should tell you how fucked our world is at this very moment in time.
Boo! Boo! Not cool.
All right, so Nick,
What, pulling the autistic card?
No, just calling it the voice of reason. I'm clearly the voice of reason.
You are full of shit.
all right, voice of reason. Tell us about 6 strings versus 7 and 8 strings.
What's there to tell? There is a correct answer, and there's posers.
There's posers.
And you know who uses 7 and 8 strings?
Who?
Posers.
Posers. I never minded like the 7 or 8 string. Like a 5-string bass, I still really don't give a shit about.
I don't give as much of a shit about the 5-string bass, but a 6-string also lame.
And for my whole thing was using a 7-string. I get why you would want it, but it's also one of those. If you can't write a riff heavy enough with 6 strings, then you need to reevaluate how you write music.
You can't
and
write
riffs.
a heavy riff in standard.
All
You don't
right.
need to be writing riffs.
I will give a few points I'm making up on the spot as to why people would use a 7th string. Because with a 7th string, with that extra string, that means you don't lose any of the high register you would by just detuning a 6th string. And also, going in those low things, it might be easier for your. It's different. And it's a different sound.
You did bring
Yeah,
up.
and it sucks, so...
Well, he did.
You
Bring,
think it sucks.
He did bring up a good point without losing the higher registry, because if you wanted to write a really low riff, but you still wanted to shred in like that 24th fret E, like place, like that would make sense to get a 7 or 8 string.
You have an extra.
But who
an
the
extra
fuck
fourth.
does that, though?
Well, I'm not exactly.
Who
That's what I'm
uses
saying.
it
Is
to its full extent.
none of the bands you see where everybody has a 7 string or everybody has an 8 string. None of those bands are utilizing them
The idea
as
is-
a
You-
diverse.
I would say
instruments.
very few because I was actually witness to a band, a local band called Allegiant. The other night.
Boo.
Oh, shut your fucking mouth and let me explain. I actually quite appreciated them because they actually used the high and low registers. They used the low registers without turning into a gent band, but they were still able to. Both guitarists were able to soar.
I've
And
actually,
I think their bassist was
they
using the
say,
6.
However,
I've actually never seen them live.
Allegiant are the ones who ruined that fucking Rush cover by playing it with
Oh,
8 strings.
what was it?
Subdivisions.
Subdivisions. Yeah, fuck.
They gented the shit out of a Rush
I've-
song so they can die.
I can't shit on them too much because I've heard 2 Allegiant songs, and it was like a title track off a record, and then it was the Rush cover, and they were about like the title track of their own album was okay, it was passable.
Alright.
I mean, just as musicians, they're obviously really good.
Oh,
Really
no,
gifted.
no. I've honestly thought about taking lessons from Greg.
Oh yeah, I just
He's an
think,
amazing guitar player.
but that
Just
Rush
don't like the
cover,
final output.
yeah, that Rush cover.
Well, one cover is not a whole thing to like kill a whole band over.
Oh, yeah.
In which case we would have
you.
well we would have atomized 6 Feet Under
Yep.
to eternity and back.
Kill
and-
6 Feet Under. Kill Metallica.
well, Metallica at least covered Motorhead.
It was okay though.
Yeah.
I-
So,
I
also,
still-
also in the case of 8 strings, if someone actually knows how to use it, like I have a friend, you know my friend, you know Riley.
Oh yeah, I know, really.
He says he even though he likes listening to stuff like Periphery, he says that he only very rarely he doesn't like using that 8th string that he has for gent. It's like I've heard it played with like clean, and it's like having that extra low range means you can just have like solo electric guitar.
What I'm saying is that I'm not against the instruments in themselves, but
About how they're played.
there has never been a band that properly utilizes from the lowest to the highest frets you can get. It just doesn't happen.
We say Meshuggah.
Meshuggah, they all use 8 string. They could bust out blazing red hot face melting solos, but they don't because they're too bogged down in their crunchy lower 8 string chugging off time riff or whatever the fuck. Like
All right.
if you had an 8 string guitar and you used the lowest notes for a riff and then went up to the highest notes for a solo, really like explored the space of your guitar.
A huge amount of contrast.
It would be awesome, like something like that. In theory, at least. In
theoretically, might.
It sounds awesome.
Like if someone wrote like had an 8. It would be interesting if someone had like an 8 string, but instead of having the low note be the F sharp, they actually tuned it up to like so that they'd have even higher registers on that 8 string.
That would be cool.
Or like maybe tune a 7 string up to C sharp instead of B, so you get a whole extra step. Oh my God, it's a whole extra step.
A whole thing with me though is like another like when those 8 string bands do all that stuff, it just never grabs me like stuff that was written on a 6 string, like Tony Iommi.
That's totally true.
Wrote every riff on a 6 string. Merciful Fate, Melissa,
6 strings. Fucking 6 strings.
And they were so influential in just like
See, you need to release the evil. You don't need to buy more extended range guitars.
You don't need to be turning Coke into Pepsi. You need to
be turning it into fucking moose pits and motor oil.
So this is the lesson today: is that the instruments are not inherently evil. It's just how they're used, or rather, not used, or however abused and misused.
And if you release the evil,
release the evil.
So here's the thing: is that there's 2 ways to actually, when we were talking about 5-string bass, you can actually, most people say, oh, we're going to tune it down in order to get that low B. You can actually use it to go into the tenor range by having a high B string.
Really, the thing I'll say about this is, I'm gonna sound like a fucking cock.
What, you don't already?
Wow, what's new?
I'm just saying, being 21 and talking shit like this, but it's like, I figured they designed the original instruments with their fucking ranges, so they mix well as they are with the range from 0 on the bottom to the 24 on the 6 string.
Or,
and you get the bass that holds down the bass range. When you tune down an 8-string guitar into fucking bass range shit, there's no room in the mix for the bass.
Yeah.
So you sound like ass when you're playing live, usually.
And just the more practical use is that those 7 and 8 string guitars, you have to make room for those 7th and 8th strings, so the necks are always wider and like they're wider in terms of where you put the strings, and they're thicker too. So you really gotta like curve that wrist, and that's why everyone looks kind of goofy doing like the 8-string sweeps, is because their wrist is like all the way around the neck, trying to hit those strings going to the high strings.
Although I think I saw in a revocation video where the guy's playing a 4-string bass, but the neck looked a little like wider, like a 5-string neck.
Oh God.
What was really interesting is that with the band I had back in Seattle, Acrimonia, we recorded our demo EP with our guitarist had a Jackson 7-string. He finally got a 6-string with a nice solid body, and he's gonna get that thing tuned to B standard. So he's gonna down tune it. He's gonna down tune a 6-string, which according to Nick is either the only thing, or else you're a poser, faggot, queer, homosexual.
Faggot, queer, homosexual, huh?
Poser, faggot, queer, homosexual.
Don't say faggot. That's a bad word.
Faggot.
Faggot. No.
Anyway,
would any of you call Rob Halford a faggot?
No, I call him a god.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't call someone a faggot because they're gay. I call them a
faggot because they're being a faggot.
In the words of Louis C.K.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's my favorite Louis C.K. bit.
You don't call them a faggot because they're gay. You would call them a faggot because they're being a faggot.
Like, what's he like? He's like, my least favorite word is the N-word. Not nigger, by the way. The N-word. Because that's just white people getting away with saying nigger. I was like, I thought about that. I was like, that's really fucking true. Like, all right, what's our next topic before we get into this?
We've had.
We're not finished with this one though.
We're not.
If you know how to, so basically the bottom line is, if you know how to use the full extent of a guitar with extra strings, go ahead and do it. But if you're just looking to gent, just down tune a 6-string, or do what they did.
Or kill yourself because gent sucks.
Or do what Extinction Level Event did, and they just use 5-string basses in lieu of down-tuned guitars. That's a fun band. I should totally send you some shit.
I brought up Melissa earlier.
Hang tight, mate.
Did you say hentai, mate?
Hang tight.
Hentai. Oh my God.
Now when it comes
Are we gonna discuss our fapping habits?
When it comes to the extended strings and the extended ranges, we'll just close it here.
Okay.
I don't got nothing against it if you use it right, and nobody's fucking doing that.
Can we get
in your
to-
opinion?
Can we get to the
However,
hentai debate
the other
after
part,
this?
sure, whatever.
Okay.
But
Okay.
most importantly, the timbre just doesn't sound right on a 7 and 8 strings.
That's true. That is
I've sat
very
around
true.
playing them. They don't feel right. They don't feel traditional. They don't feel metal.
They
They
feel
don't feel rock and roll.
Don't be such a reactionary motherfucker.
They don't feel rock and roll like
You
a
see-
6-string does.
Speaking of rock and roll,
He's just an elitist.
Yeah, so
Sam.
what of it, mate?
speaking of rock
With
and
fake
roll,
English accents.
we actually lost the king of rock and roll this week. Chuck Berry fucking died. And like normally that would just be like, oh, that's sad, move on. But like when you, for me, when I really think about, like I got Lemmy posters watching us right now, and I'm got the Motorhead tattoos. It was always Lemmy saying that like Chuck Berry was the king of, like Chuck Berry and Little Richard were the kings of rock and roll.
Rest in peace, you beautiful motherfucker.
Aside from the spying on women taking a piss in his bathrooms, Chuck Berry was probably one of the most influential people in music in the 20th century. Even though he was a perv, but still, I mean, credit where credit is due, you know?
Wow. I think I was on the verge of tearing up there. Jesus Christ. That's...
Oh, is it rough? Did you make it too strong?
No. It's just an actual legend died. I mean,
It's sad.
I would be if someone came to me, someone and it was crying and said, "Oh my God, we got a legend pass," and they said, "Oh my God, who died?" and they said,
Wayne-
"Kanye West." I would immediately break out champagne, drink it, and then masturbate.
Yeah, right.
But this is a
Too hentai.
let's put our glasses together for fucking Chuck Berry.
Right on, mate.
To the guy who gave us rock and
Nice
roll.
water glass, Nick.
Hey, I just drank a shot, mate. I'm using glass because it sounds cool.
It does sound good. I'm just banging a plastic bottle of Canadian Club.
Dude, I wouldn't
No,
even a cot.
no, we'll
off,
be
Slaughter.
like death. We will be without judgment.
Yeah.
You got my. So now that we've engaged.
Speaking of, was it today or tomorrow? I think it's today. Would be the 22nd anniversary of Symbolic.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
That was I think that was the first like my friend just gave me Symbolic one day. I listened to it, was like, and we could start a whole other rant that I could about adding things to death metal and then forgetting the death metal. Like the reason I will tell you something. When it comes to progressive death metal, I have my doubts, especially mainly because some of the people say, "Oh, you should check out this progressive death metal." I'm like, well, where's the death?
I
Now,
don't give a
Symbolic. Symbolic did something right. It's progressive death metal that remembered to be death metal.
Right? That's it.
That's why Death Symbolic rocks and Opeth can eat massive wombat chode.
They can suck master.
Yes.
I saw
Oh, they
us-
probably do. They turn into prog rock, and not even good prog rock,
No,
like fucking
they're
Yes.
fucking ass prog rock.
If,
They
if you were
suck.
if you were good prog rock, you'd be Yes, Rush, fucking King Crimson, some shit like that.
Yeah,
But that's not
yeah.
how
Or
it is.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer when they got weird.
Oh man, rip Keith Emerson. We're like a year late, but still, we
But
should.
didn't another
Yes.
dude die too?
Yeah,
in
okay.
Prog rock recently.
But yeah.
I think so, but fuck me if I remember who.
Anyway, so that's kind of the thing, is I like prog death when it remembers to be death metal. Same goes for melodic death metal. I love me some Carcass, some Heartwork Carcass. I love that shit. But when someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, check out this melodic death metal band. They're called Children of Bodom." I listen for about 20 seconds and I'm like, "That's power metal, you fucking retard!
I mean,
That's not fucking melodic death metal!"
he's not wrong.
Oh my...
You're clipping so hard.
Yes, I'm clipping so hard, but that's because I'm pissed! I'm Mr. Meeseeks! It says it's this pain and I just want to die! Or hopefully you just kill off the people who think Children of Bodom or melodic death metal.
Right.
We got our own very own Alex Joan Natrix.
Oh, Alex Joan H.
I don't like the melodic thing they're putting in the death metal waters! They're turning the freaking musicians stupid!
They're putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay.
They're putting hairspray in the water and turning the freaking frogs to posers.
So
I'll be honest, I would still take hair metal over what people pass off for progressive and melodic death
Oh,
metal.
I'm a huge Dawkins fan. I love Rat. Like,
and
We
also
just played Crew on the fucking radio show.
Right.
Yeah,
like-
we did. I'd rather have that because it's like, okay, it was the popular metal, but it's from the 80s. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's still better.
Popular music from popular hard music from the 90s. Like, I'll say it, I have had a falling out with grunge music.
Oh, wow.
And
You
also
are slow.
Mallcore. If you're listening to this and you like if you listen to this and you like Asking Alexandria, kill yourself.
well, so okay.
Oh, by the way, if any of the members, I used to be in a metalcore band. Hey, Dark, if you're listening to this, I don't like it anymore. I'm glad that you left the band, you cocksucker. I'm drunk. I love you, brother. But seriously, that band really fucking needed to die because we were not on the same page. We turned all the stuff we wrote with, all the like instrumentals we wrote with you, we turned into thrash metal, and it turned out so much better. Ha! Enjoy Laura Lies, fucker.
So let's change the topic really quick.
Before I start raging again.
I don't know how to segue. I really can't segue just in
Hard
like, from
cut,
one,
hard
one
cut.
topic to another. I can't
Hard
do it.
cut to
Sling.
fucking.
Ugh.
Ugh.
But we were lurking through the bowels of the fake news of metal sucks.
Yes.
Like
Yes, we were.
I never agree with Donald Trump on anything, but metal sucks is fake news.
Fakest.
I mean, even though he's what did he do today? He gave
Oh
money
yeah,
to
he,
NASA.
yeah, he gave a lot of money to NASA, and I'll give him that. But he's also under.
He's not 100% bad, just maybe 95.
I'd say 99.999 to the 12th power bad. Like, there's that little sliver that wants to go to Mars, and if he funds a mission to Mars, I will go on that to get away from fucking Donald Trump.
Gracias, Senor Donald Presidente.
Yeah,
El
fuck.
Presidente.
Viva
See you
Presidente Trump.
It's just like, see you later, bitches. Woo!
It would take 9 months. Well,
But
like,
he's not completely bad. He has at least one mark in the positive.
yeah. So yeah, there you go. Credit where credit is due. But
Anyway.
also, if he died, I wouldn't be like super upset. Anyways, we're gonna go into the new Pallbearer single that I just listened to. Like, what is it? 10 or 36 somewhat minutes ago.
Jesus.
And it
You
was.
can talk about this more than I ever could.
I was a big fan of the first 2 Pallbearer records. Put that shot away from the edge of the table. You're gonna spill it.
Or just drink it, you fucking
Yeah, drink
pussy.
it. What are you doing?
So I don't know much about Pallbearer. I'm a bigger fan of Cathedral and shit like
Well,
that.
they're like they started out as like this really fantastic like funeral doom band
Oh.
that I thought was gonna have real promise.
Okay, quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
As someone who's not particularly familiar with doom metal, when you say funeral, when I think of doom metal, I think of like, just like there's a kick drum at the start of the song, and at 1 minute there's the first snare drum hit. Like, what is funeral doom?
So you take your
Well, that's like the Death Doom, right?
no, you
Sort of.
not really. You take your Candlemass and you take your Solitude Aeternus, that really epic death metal,
But
and
that's
mean
all
doom
epic
metal?
doom.
epic doom metal, and then you take your epic doom and then you add like this really, you make it even more depressing than it already was. Like, Candlemass is depressing, but
I
Pallbearer's-
always thought that funeral doom was the term for the Death Doom shit.
well, the Death Doom stuff is just Death Doom, but the Funeral Doom really, like, it sounds like a funeral dirge. It's that ultra low, like, really, it's not Stoner Doom in that sense, but it's just this,
Stoner Doom is more. It's kind of more bluesy and.
yeah, Stoner Doom
Kind of-
sucks my asshole.
What about just plain stoner metal like the Melvins?
That's fine.
Melvins are cool.
I'm okay with
Is Stoner Doom just like a little too slow?
it's not too
It's
slow.
not
It's
about
just
the speed, it's about the attitude.
it's just the fact that all they do is wear trucker hats and flannel shirts and talk about weed all the fucking time.
We smoking blunts.
But like the thing I like about
So do
Paul,
we.
not me, man.
I
I'm
hang out
above
with
the
jazz
influence.
musicians.
We smoke weed.
We
every day.
I hang out with jazz musicians. We smoke a lot of weed.
What kind of jazz musicians? Are they pastel or are they colored?
Jesus, don't say that. Ow.
I hang out with good jazz musicians. You
So they're
cocksucker.
colored.
Why are you saying that? Don't,
Okay, so they're
That's a-
Afro-American.
That's a bad
All
word.
that-
Bad word.
Hey,
Shame
man.
on you.
Hey man, it doesn't matter.
White
Hey,
people problems.
no
Morty.
matter the color of the skin, content of your character, fucker.
That's
And
okay.
your character comes out and you're playing.
White people problems, Morty.
White people. So like
Oh, you would burn with a soldering gun. That's
Oh yeah. My thing with Pallbearer was that they really started out as this good funeral doom band, really sorrowful, slow, just. But they had the clean vocals that made it really pretty, and it was just a really good band. But then they started doing like, they got a little more hipster, and I watched a live video. They have like the side slick hair, like
the Ponsador.
they got the alt-right haircut.
Oh
Basically.
God, no! Richard fucking Spencer, Dick Spencer.
Yeah, they have like his haircut, but with really bushy beards.
Punch
So-
him in the dick.
Yes, but don't remember, children.
Punch
Remember,
Paul
kids.
Bearer in the dick.
Remember, kids. As much as the far left would have you punch Nazis in the face, we all know the dick is a very, very, very enticing spot, and they won't be expecting it. So
Yeah,
punch him in the dick.
I would prefer you to punch Nazis in the penis because even though most Nazis are not well endowed because they're
It'll hurt, motherfucker.
yeah, it'll still hurt.
It will give them something they will. A face punch, you can drink that away. A dick punch, that scars you for life.
So I thought the new Pallbearer single was very forgettable, and it sucks coming from a band that I really followed for like the last few years.
Well, it sucks because it's on metal sucks.
Yeah, and they
Uh-huh.
they just started they started out really great and really promising. Then they put out their second album. I was like, this is good. Then they put out a single, and I was like, oh, eh. What I brushed it off like everybody has a bad record, and then they're just proving that they're not very consistent, and it's kind of it really upset me because this band that could have been so good just ended up being
Don't
shite.
you hate it when that happens?
Balls.
So I have to ask.
Happening now. What?
Happening now.
We're fucking missing Saxon tonight.
Ah, well.
I looked at the ticket prices, and they had gone up from when I last had
Oh,
checked.
eat a dick.
Nick, I wouldn't go without you, and I'm also not spending $80 on Saxon tickets.
You fucking serious? They're $40 a pop.
That's the last time I looked. Yeah, it was
Alright.
40
Fuck
a pop.
off.
So
Saxon and
I
UFO
have
are
to-
fake news.
Saxon will come back, so I'm not
Okay.
really that upset.
kind of another one of our numerous tangents. So, you know how in like a second line, like a funeral march, where on the way there it's kind of the slow dirge,
Yeah.
and then on the way back it's kind of more of an upbeat tune. If Funeral Doom is the way there, what's the way back?
The way back is tankard, die with a beer in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like just, we die, don't care. The way back would be Motorhead, honestly, killed by death.
Or any Motorhead, frankly.
Yeah, really, except for 1916. That song makes me cry every time.
It's just in a good way.
Well, in a sad way, but in the way that I was like, Motorhead is so good, I'm crying right now.
They know how to express themselves.
They
It's not just a whole discography about fucking and fighting. It's mostly fucking and fighting.
But I think people give Motorhead a lot of shit because they're just, they only made one song, but it was a good song. I'm like, no, like if you really get into like some deep cuts of Motorhead, they were pretty diverse.
Hey, prog nerds, go listen to Assassin off the Snakebite Love album, and you'll see Motorhead fucking nail odd time signatures with a bass tone that your fucking bassist can't match. Not even a fucking candle to. Or Candlemass.
Oh,
So what's our next topic? Where's our next topic?
What is our next topic? We were going to talk about Obituary doing another animated music video. This is their second one.
What's the point of
I
that?
like the first one.
The first one was hilarious, but I almost think like a one and done thing would be much better than doing it
Yeah,
again.
I mean,
You-
okay, I don't know how much you fellas listen to or think of Municipal Waste. I thought they were pretty good.
Oh, that claymated video they just put out. It was like in claymation,
Oh,
like
God,
fucking
yeah,
Wallace
I'm
and
pretty
Gromit.
sure we watched that.
jeez. But anyway,
It's really funny.
I'll be honest with you. I thought Municipal Waste was pretty good, and then I listened to Iron Reagan, and Iron Reagan is just so much better. But they did a music video for You're Cut Off the Fatal Feast album,
Oh yeah.
where it looked like it was straight out of fucking Super Jail.
I remember watching that video. Like, I'm
It
not.
literally ends with the fucking guys, like, there's a scene where the drummer is fucking, like, shanking people with one of his crash cymbals, and they're just end up on top of a pile of corpses. And the song's, like, what, 2 minutes long, if that? Maybe a little less?
I didn't hate Municipal Waste or Iron Reagan. because I knew that's like Pizza Thrash or whatever, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, Municipal Waste is Pizza Thrash, but I
Iron
think
Reagan
Iron Reagan is better in my
Good punk
opinion.
rock for sure.
It's punk rock, but sort of with the crossover and sort of harder mentality.
And the only reason I don't like both of those bands is not because of their music. Their music is great, but I did meet Landfill.
Oh God.
My band Gomorrah opened for Municipal Waste at the Denver Black Sky Festival, and
2015
Matt.
or 2016.
I think it might have been 15. And
I wasn't even in town. I wasn't even. By that time, I think I was maybe. I didn't even consider moving to Denver before I started like putting in college applications and shit.
oh damn,
I didn't even know these fuckers existed until like January.
wow, 3 months ago, not bad.
Man,
And then we were like, cause I was hanging out with Tony from Iron Reagan and Municipal Waste, the lead singer.
I've heard he's a cool guy.
He's fucking awesome. But then I met
Landfill.
Landfill. Fuck. I'm sorry if you're listening.
Fuck you.
Fuck Landfill. Landfill is an asshole. Piece of shit. White guilt, milk toast, piece of human garbage. Like he was giving, like we were chilling by Municipal Waste's fucking bus, and we were hanging with Tony. We all had our spots, and our buddy that was roadieing for us that night, he was just like sitting in a spot, and Landfill goes up to him, and he was like, "That's my fucking spot, dude." And my buddy was like, "All right, that's cool. Like, no worries, man." And then my buddy was like, "Dude, you guys play great. I'm a big fan. Like, I love Iron Reagan, Municipal Waste. Like, I'm a big fan of this shit." And Landfill just goes, "All right, so."
Oh, fuck you.
Like,
then.
he literally just blew him the fuck
What
off.
kind of
Oh,
fucking cocksucker
come
is that?
It pissed me off really
Yeah,
bad.
here's the thing: is
Go
Tony would have said,
fuck
"Thank you.
yourself.
You want to get some booze?"
Well, when he told that to Tony, Tony was like, "Fuck yeah, guys, hang out. Like, let's, like, whatever. It's great." And then Landfill just went and ruined the whole fucking time.
Yeah,
we
don't-
just
don't-
after
don't-
that we just left.
Don't let one chewy bit spoil the roast. Hey.
Oh, no,
Speaking
God.
of coming, like meeting you guys very early, you know who also did?
Oh,
You know, you should call her. Just
what do I call it?
the person who interviewed you for our project.
Oh,
my
God.
no.
So me, Gabe Slaughter, was interviewed for a school project.
I can tell you more about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So basically, for those of you who don't know what an ethnographic research paper is, it's basically you spend time studying a subculture. You know, you first do some like preliminary research to see what questions could be asked. So me and my partner did it on black metal, and as part of the interview process, we got some guys who play black metal, and then literally the night of the Mayhem show, which we went to because we wanted to just see what it was. We were doing fucking research.
Oh yeah.
There was
Oh
a part. There
my
was a part
God.
during the first episode where we're talking about the Mayhem shows, and I just said I was doing research. I wasn't fucking kidding. And I meet Gabe there,
Oh.
and then I meet Nick the next night when Gomorrah is playing at Bar.
I do
Fucking
not-
great.
I do
And I
not-
just and basically we just interviewed him as part of our research project. So yeah, my research partner. We're thinking about just calling her up and like saying maybe even if it's just leaving a voicemail, we can.
Fuck yeah.
Oh God.
All right, you know what we should do? Listen, go
Wait,
on.
I've never been used as an academic source for a college research paper.
If I talk to Thoros from Atronach or the Infernal Priest from fucking Atronach, Eckelhaft. Some people say Eckelhaft, and I think Eckelhaft sounds more German because it's a German word for disgusting. It's just like they probably never did it too. And I was talking with the Infernal Priest. He's just like, man, guys asked me the wrong questions.
You what?
Oh, dude, I was like, I felt bad because I was giving like 5-minute answers. Like all my answers were so long and drawn out about black metal.
You fucking gave us good data.
Well,
Okay,
it's coming from.
Let's
Call her, yes.
Yeah, let's fuck with.
I think it comes from me running a zine because I really hate it when bands like I'll interview bands and they come at
Alright,
me with
we're
like
on-
one
okay.
sentence answers.
We're on speaker right now. All right, I don't have anyone.
Put it up to the mic.
He's probably gonna take a message.
Tight.
Yeah, it's totally picking it up.
I don't want too much dead air.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to leave a message.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna give away a phone number on air. That's fucked up.
At the tone,
I covered it.
please record
Right
your
on.
message. finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Maddie. It's Nate. You're on the fucking live session of Black Flame Radio
With Gabe Slaughter, the guy you interviewed about blackmail.
and
The Sonic Grice's fucking roommate.
yes, we were just wanting to call you and wish you a good day because we're drunk. And also, I don't know if you're back in California or not. Fuck it. I don't know, man. Fuck. But
Fuck.
you said it, man.
Fuck.
But we just wanted to call and say hi while we're on the show. Just, if you hear this, tell your friends about the Black Flame Radios. 1, 2, 3.
Screaming for vengeance! Podcast. It's very good.
Yes, it is very good. All right, Maddie, have a good fucking break.
Hell yeah. Bye, Maddie. Thank you for interviewing me.
I already hung up.
That's fine.
She'll hear it on the fucking podcast.
Oh, dirt.
So she's probably going to text me back like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like,
It's a bunch of drunk idiots.
it's a bunch of drunk idiots. So what's our next topic now that
Next topic. Let's take a fucking look. I think this might be our last one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Morbid Angel.
Oh,
That's
boy.
not our last
Morbid.
one.
Yeah, it's our last one.
Apparently-
We haven't done the debut albums.
Oh, you want to do debut albums now?
I mean, I don't care.
Okay, what's your favorite debut album?
Oh, yeah, that's
God,
right.
no.
We're going to...
That's an abrupt fucking switch, mate.
I'm just saying.
What's our favorite debut albums? If you want me to go first, while you're thinking.
Go first, Nate.
I'm not gonna be able to. nail
Killing
it
is
down.
My Business and Business is Good is a fucking superb album. Right from the get-go. Megadeth or and I'll be, if there's any Metallica fanboys who like the Four Horsemen, guess what, bitch? Mechanics is better. Not just because of the lyrical content, but because it's not 7.5 fucking minutes long. Jesus.
I think my favorite debut record just for me personally, has got to be Welcome to Hell by Venom.
All right.
I have
That's a good one.
I have it tattooed on my body, and it basically, even though their second album coined the term, Welcome to Hell invented the the original black metal sound.
like the first wave.
Oh, yeah.
Metal.
Yes.
Lay down your soul.
I gotta say, Overkill's Feel the Fire was also a fucking stellar debut.
Oh, yeah, I have an original press of that over in my record collection.
When we watched the Overkill show, they played 3 tunes from that fucking album.
Fuck yeah. Wait, so like probably Rotten to the Core, Overkill.
Actually, no, they didn't play Overkill. I think
Really?
they played Feel the Fire, Rotten to the Core, and one of my favorite tune from that album is Hammerhead.
Fucking
Hammerhead!
Hell yeah. Nick, what's your favorite debut record?
Speaking of Killing is My Business.
Now that is an epic scream. We was talking about this earlier. I forget if it was on the podcast or not.
Oh, we were
But
talking.
if you're going epic screams, the skull beneath the skin off of Killing Is My Business is a great place to fucking go
yeah.
for that.
I'll put my bill in for the Scream for the Martial Arts by Razor off of Violent Recitation. It's 30 seconds long, and it literally sounds like a fucking super bike doing a fucking burnout. Just I can't even do it. Not even. It literally just sounds like a squealing tire for 30 seconds.
What about the scream at the end of Corpse Without a Soul from Merciful Fate?
Satan is taking us!
Jesus. I have neighbors, Nick. I have
Yes,
neighbors.
you were clipping the microphone and also our ears. This is why this is why he doesn't sing, and that's why I don't try to sing clean.
All right, well, Morbid
Well,
Angel is
as
also
far
making...
as-
So
coming to
okay, so now back to
Best debuts anyway. Melissa.
Quote, Melissa.
Just
Melissa.
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 It's
Here we
all
go.
about Melissa.
Melissa, Killing Is My Business. Welcome to Hell. Now we're moving on to the grand finale of our little.
Jesus.
Oh,
what?
is she calling back?
No.
Oh.
God damn it, Colonel.
So, the next topic we were going to move on to is...
Possibly the last one.
This will be the last one unless we go off on some shit, because we're almost already at an hour.
And then we could do a separate live stream for fucking Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Did
So-
you end up deleting the other one?
Yeah, I accidentally hit delete. It wasn't on purpose, but it happened.
Cemetery.
But, the
Anyway.
Morbid Angel.
David Vincent. I think it
Was he not in Morbid Angel now?
whoever it was. I don't remember who's in Morbid Angel, but they said the new Morbid Angel record will be death
No,
metal.
wasn't that Steve?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Steve. He said it's going to be a death metal
And
record.
thank fucking God, because you know what? Morbid Angel is a fucking death metal band. Why wouldn't it be death metal?
Cause that last record can eat my fucking ass. It was so bad.
Come on, mate. Kill a cop, kill a cop, kill a cop.
It was one of the most, like, that's gonna be basically the Saint Anger of death metal. Is that fucking record?
I don't know, mate. I think Saint Anger is better.
It was so.
Wow, that's saying something.
It was so universally hated by everybody. I don't think I can remember a record that came out that was that
it's like
hated.
it's almost hated as much as like a telemarketing Nazi.
Right?
Or what was the phrase? The full phrase was telemarketing Nazi pedophile terrorist.
Jesus.
They were threatening castration, Donnie. Do you really want to split hairs here?
No, I want to split dicks.
Nihilists.
What the bone
Say
saw?
what you want about the tenets
It's
of
National
Socialism,
Socialism, but
at least it's an ethos.
Oh, by the way, to the person on the last Black Flame radio who was telling us to read the Communist Manifesto,
Miguel,
kiss my middle finger.
we're not.
he does not speak for the rest of the Black Flame magazine staff.
I would, but I don't want to waste that kind of airtime. That's really the only reason.
You'll do a special episode.
So mine is a method of I don't particularly care for that ideology. Gabe's is pretty much it conserving, like he's being frugal about his airtime, even as I'm wasting it just breathing. And then Nick is just like, in his typical fashion.
I think we should cut it off right about there. Well,
And leave
almost
this as a
out.
bonus.
Right on. So this has been the Streaming for Vengeance podcast.
Episode number
two.
Number
yeah,
two.
bitches.
So,
Dos! Numero dos!
And literally my personal identity crisis has not gotten in the way because I got the nickname last time.
so thank you guys all for joining us once
Yes,
again this
thank
week
you
for the
so
week
much.
of March 21st, 2017. I am your host, Gabe Slaughter, here with Nicholas Antichrist and the Natrix.
Yep, bitches.
So listen to the new episode of Black Flame Radio and listen to the new episode of Streaming for Vengeance.
And tell your friends, we could always use some constructive criticism.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you will.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Like because you hate it, comment because you hate it, subscribe because you hate it and you're obviously a masochist and you just get off on torture. Remember, this is Guantanamo grade shit right here.
Right on. So alright. See you guys next week. This is Black Flame Magazine. This has been Streaming for Vengeance. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah!